Okay, so today we're going to talk about your midterm. This kind of crept up on me pretty fast. Probably did as well with y'all due to all the time that we missed with the hurricane that I guess brushed us. So the big thing to keep in mind is I have to turn grades on October 12th for a midterm. And chances are we're not going to get this midterm done before then, so keep in mind that the midterm grade I turn in will probably not reflect your midterm actual exam itself. It'll just be your assignments leading up to it. But we still do have to perform a midterm. So you may, this class, since it's still offering an online section, I will go ahead and extend that courtesy to everyone here. The course or the exam is on Blackboard and HackerRank, and essentially it's online. And you may take it between October 9th and 13th. But the trick here is you're going to have two sections. There's going to be a Blackboard section, which is going to consist mainly of concept questions, stepping through code, give me an analysis of the code, essay and short answer type questions. And then the HackerRank section is where you're going to actually be implementing programming solutions. So you will be typing code for your midterm. The Blackboard will be 60% of your midterm, HackerRank will be 40%. Let's see. We'll go take a look at HackerRank in a moment. You may complete them in any order, but everything has to be completed by October 13th. Also, you can take the Blackboard section, wait a whole day, and then take the HackerRank section later. That's perfectly fine. Just realize that once you start one of the sections, that's when the timer begins. I think Blackboard is going to have 90 minutes, and I haven't figured out exactly what HackerRank, how much time you'll have with HackerRank, but expect either an hour or 2 hours once I get finished writing that section. All right, so it'll consist of programming problems through HackerRank and doing analysis of algorithms showing basically the state of each step through Blackboard. Additionally, there'll be some concept questions on Blackboard as well. Keep in mind I'm going to be grading your logic, concepts, style, clarity, performance of your code, and your ability to perform analysis of your code and algorithms. So it's in your best interest to be as verbose as possible on Blackboard. So I can give you as many points as possible. On HackerRank, it's going to be pretty cut and dry. Welcome. Because you'll be submitting code, and you're going to get pretty much instant test feedback when you submit your code. But I will look at your code to see if you have any comments saying, like, I couldn't figure out. One thing you can do, basically, if you're not passing the test cases or there's some other issue, if you type in your comments, I can't figure this part out, but I believe blah, 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 I just haven't gotten to coding it, I may award you some points for that. So make sure that you are at least communicating what it is you're thinking, and I'll try and give you credit for that as well. Again, it's in your best interest to be verbose in the Blackboard section and on the HackerRank. If you can't get all the test cases correct, put in some comments explaining what it is you do know, and I'll see what I can do from there. All right, what are we going to cover? It's what we've discussed so far: arrays, both singly and doubly linked lists, operator overloading, template searching, sorting. So sorting is going to have bubble sort, selection sort, insertion sort, and today we're going to go over quick and merge sort. So that'll be 2 extra materials. Pointers as well. There's going to be a section on pointers that's going to look very much like the lab you did on pointers. Make sure you studied that lab for the midterm. I'll talk a little bit about static, stack, and keep memory. We did go over that. You'll have probably a short question. Big O analysis will be big. I'll be asking that a lot.
Should it be big?
Be big, yes. Oh, I see what you did there. Thanks. Nice. Of course, stacks and queues, which we'll went over, and recursion as well. This is the third time I've offered data structures as an online class, and I think I'm finally getting the hang of how to teach this with the online section. Because I think the point is with HackerRank, so far I've gotten pretty good feedback with it. Did you enjoy the HackerRank section, Jonah? Mm-hmm. Thought it was better than the dealing with Blackboard and it's yeah, trying to write templates.
Copy and paste the whole test into Word.
Yeah, it was pretty terrible trying to do coding on Blackboard. All right, great. All right, let me go ahead and give you a couple of examples. The first one might be something you'd see on HackerRank. For example, I might have given you, if we hadn't talked about doubly linked list, here's a doubly linked list with a node, and some C code to go with it, and then I'll ask you to implement a reverse print function that prints all the items of the list in reverse. It should print each data value separated by commas and then a new line at the end. So that would be something you might code up on HackerRank. We've already done doubly linked list, so obviously I'm not going to ask you this question. Same thing, might insert at the end, ask you to write that function, and then insert sorted, make sure you insert it into the sorted location. Again, obviously we've already done doubly linked lists, so I'll probably add a twist to a data structure, but it's going to be based off of arrays or doubly linked lists or stacks as well, and they'll of course be pointers. There's no way we're getting around pointers. More with Blackboard, another example to be ready for, and you will see this on your midterm. Every time it's like I'm trying to throw a nice softball, but students just cannot hit it. I'm going to flat out tell you, you're going to see this question on your midterm, all right? I have bolded, italicized, and underlined. You're going to see this question on your midterm. Everyone got it?
So
All
we're
right.
up for them.
All right, it's going to be on your midterm.
We will see this question on our midterm.
On your midterm, okay. The only difference is these numbers are not going to be the same. Perform bubble selection or insertion sort on the following. Be sure to tell me which sort you are doing and each step. So here is the beginning of your array. Go through one iteration of bubble selection or insertion sort, put it in there, go to the next step, fill out the chart moving down. All right?
Yeah.
All right.
It's better than erasing and drawing on the board.
Okay, good. I will then ask you, using the same set of data, perform quick or merge sort. Again, label what you're doing. I'm going to ask you both of these questions on your midterm with just different numbers. Everyone got that? All right. Please study that. Obviously, there's going to be other concept questions as well, talking about big O analysis and pointers as well. All right. Here's the big warning. Due to university policy, I have to do a good portion of this exam essentially on Blackboard. Essentially how it comes out. Please, once you click open on the Blackboard exam, copy and paste every single question to a Word document. Make sure you do that first before you answer any questions. Welcome. The reason for that is if/when Blackboard crashes and deletes all your responses, which is going to happen to at least one student in this course by the laws of statistics. It's going to happen. It happens every time I do this. So make sure you save all the questions. We have to use Blackboard. I don't have much to say here. You save it to a Word document, and then you email me your answers before the time window ends, because I can see when you started the exam, and then when I receive an email, my email server gives a timestamp. So I can tell, that timestamp of when you submitted it. So make sure you do that, and you email me within the time window. I will grade what you email me, okay? All right. You can also take this in class, so I will be here a week from today if you wish to take the midterm during the class time. And if you come and you take the Blackboard section here in class, and I see that you started, because I'm going to say, wait till 8, okay, go ahead and start. And then if Blackboard crashes, then I'm willing to restart the exam for you. But that is the only case, all right? It's up to you. Let me just be clear, because this is going to come up. If you choose to take the exam outside of class time, so that's the first decision, and Blackboard crashes, that's the second thing that happens, and you do not email me your work within the exam time, if those three conditions hold, the Blackboard section is a 0. Everyone got that? All right. You got to be objective here. Okay. All right, great. Now that we've discussed the Blackboard nastiness.
So we won't have class at all next week?
Yeah.
Even Wednesday?
Monday's a holiday, fall break. So, holiday, time off. And so Wednesday, it's just going to be the midterm, because we got to do the midterm.
Okay.
Yeah, we are a little behind, but
I have class Monday through Wednesday. Oh my gosh. I had to laugh on Wednesday.
all right, HackerRank. Anyone here used HackerRank before?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great.
We used it in Java.
Okay, perfect, good, excellent. Oh, so
Glad you remembered.
all right, so most people here use HackerRank. HackerRank provides an online environment to do your timed programming problems. I'm going to showcase it in a moment, but a couple things I want you to keep in mind, because the HackerRank, when you take your exam, is going to be a little different than the interface of just using HackerRank. Okay? First off, your time limit is for all the problems, not just one problem. So I'm going to give you probably 3 or 4 problems, and the time is to complete all of them. Because of that, you may do the problems in any order, and you may jump between problems as you wish. So you may work on one, you don't like it, jump to another one, maybe come back to it later, or jump in any order you want. Does not matter. Each question will have a set of test cases to pass. Your grade will be based on the percentage of test cases you pass. So in other words, manage your time. So like the second one, you're passing 90% of the test cases, move on. Make sure you get the other ones to at least 50%. You're getting many more points that way. And let's see. Make sure your last submission is your best. So you're allowed to submit your answer many, many times, which is basically running the test cases. And every time the submission that counts is the last one that you put in there. So make sure you put your last one in there. And the last one is your best one, is what I'm trying to say. And of course, you may submit as many times as you want. Blackboard will count as 60% of your midterm grade, and then HackerRank portion will be 40% of your midterm grade. You may use the STL. I didn't put that in here, but I don't foresee any of the problems. I haven't finished writing them, but the ones I've written so far don't need the STL. Yes?
So with GitHub, we push and it gives us a grade based on the tests that you have. How do we do that on this?
All right, so let me go ahead and showcase HackerRank real quick. So HackerRank, what's going to happen is each of y'all are going, once I've finished writing the HackerRank section, each of y'all are going to get an email, and you're going to click on the link in order to go into the actual HackerRank exam. I do not have an example of that, but I'm going to log in with my name. Now, HackerRank has a bunch of different examples here. These are just performance problems. Let's, what would be a nice easy one? Array sum. Sure, why not? So when it loads up, you're actually going to have on the left side your different problems, and you can select through them. This is the general HackerRank interface. It's going to look very similar. The rest is going to look similar, only with your exam, you're just going to have your set of problems that you're allowed to do. So the way that HackerRank works is you have your title up top, you're just given your problems, you're not going to have these other tabs available. And it's going to say, what do you need to do? Given an array of n integers, can you find the sum of the elements? Now, HackerRank is going to do input via the command line. I am going to try and take care of that for you and just have it so you have to implement a function. But what happens with the interface, you give n integers. So what, hey, look, it has my, oh no, simple, oh, they did it. This is how the code is probably going to be set up. To where you just have to complete this function where it's an array, simple array sum, given in this case that's the size, and an array of integers, and your function needs to return an integer specifying the sum of all the integers inside the array. So you'd go in here, and we'll go ahead and type that up real quick. Hopefully this is not news to everyone how the classic example of this would be. You go and make a sum variable. Alright, and you can go down here and you can run the code, because usually there will be a default test custom or test input. So size 6 of these returns 31, and it would check mark, of course, means you got it right. On the other hand, let's say that I wrote the algorithm incorrectly. We'll say it just went to n-1. Run the code, And it's going to say processing. Running code means it's going to compile and then run the test case. And it's going to say wrong, your output was 20, but you needed a 31. Wrong answer. Go back and fix this. Run the code. All right, you're good. Then you can submit the code, and when you submit it, all right, this one only has 3 test cases. You'll probably have 6. And it's going to run them, and then come back, hey, look, they're either all green, or you missed some of the test cases. Now, in this interface, there is a mechanism to look at the test case. On the exam, of course, you will not be able to look at the test case. Answer your question? Yep. So this is kind of a nice UI, or web-based UI.
So what we would do is just submit it, and if we had missed one of the test cases, we could just go do another submission.
Yeah, you can submit your code as many times as you want, within your time limit, of course. And you can jump between the different problems that are going to be on your exam. The problems will be listed on the left. Yes?
Do you know how much time you're going to give us for the coding?
Not currently. You'll probably have an hour or 2.
Okay.
But you'll know that ahead of time.
Okay.
Will hacker rank, sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Jay. Go ahead.
So do the Blackboard portion and the library portion have to be done in like the same sitting?
No. You can do Blackboard on the 9th and then the hacker rank on the 13th.
Okay.
Or you could do the hacker rank first and then the Blackboard later. It doesn't matter. You're only timed for the one section.
Right.
Yes.
Will hacker rank keep our time, or will we need people to?
The hacker rank definitely keeps your time. And the nice thing about hacker rank is if your whole web page crashes, it allows you to relog in and start where you left off. Unlike Blackboard, where it just submits your exam and you're done. Do keep in mind that since this is web-based, you need to have a good internet connection.
So not on campus.
Yes. Just keep in mind that campus is not bad. There's just some peak times that it's going to be slow. Keep that in mind. Probably shouldn't be here when a lot of classes are hammering on the internet, which I'm assuming is when all the gamers start at what, 8 or 9 p.m.? Yeah?
I mean, I start like earlier than that.
Oh, okay.
I go to bed by 10, so.
Oh, okay.
Keeps going into like 1.
Yeah. But 8 a.m., like when this class starts, I'm sure your internet connection's solid. Right?
No. There's like
Exactly.
no commuters here yet, so.
Right, exactly. So just keep that in mind. All right. Any other questions about the midterm? Nope. Great.